Howdy, Candorians. This is Candor. Yes, folks, the wise guy behind those videos. Anyway, I have a story that I can guys tell you. It's gonna be a short one because I'm not gonna stretch it a little bit. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do. So from now on, every now and again, I'm not sure when, but I'm gonna put out some stories that's happened to me over the years, and quite frankly, some of these stories are involving people and their fucking audacities. Because seriously, holy crap, people just don't think, don't think before they act, or they don't realize what's going on around them. I've had many people that I've had to tell to leave, mind you, more recently. But anyway, this is actually a story that didn't actually happen to me at work. It actually happened to me while I was going to work. So basically, I take public transportation because, well, why not? And on top of the fact that, it doesn't take me very long to get there, either by transportation or by walking, because I live within a couple of miles of where I work. And that's one of the reasons I work there, because it's close by and I don't have to struggle to get there. That being said, um, getting on this bus, we call it. I'm not gonna call it because that's very um, telling where I live, and I don't want to tell you that. Anyway, the point is, I get on this transportation, and I'm just minding my own business, doing whatever, listening to my music. I love listening to music while I'm going to work, either listening to my music or going on YouTube. Um, Depends on my mood. Sometimes I just feel like listening to music. Anyway, as I'm getting on the bus, right? There's this guy. I only know this that he is a veteran because, yeah, he's a veteran. He was a veteran. Um, Apparently, he had the veteran hat and everything, and I was about to say, thank you for your service, but I stopped short of listening to a conversation with another dude. And I'm going to say this right now, and no, I don't do the whole race thing, but I'm only mentioning the race concepts here in this story is because they're very relevant. And if you guys hate me for this, I don't care. I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form. I love anybody and everybody, as long as you show me the same kind of respect, at least to the point where you don't give me crap for, my race or my gender. Frankly, guys, this is just me basically saying I don't care. I don't give two shits about that crap. I really don't. That being said, I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, so basically, this guy was whiter than any ghost you've ever seen. Even Casper went, "Damn, that's white." You see, that's how white this guy was. I mean, seriously, he even had a whole Texan accent and everything. He was like, "Oh, gosh dang, these dang immigrants." And I'm sitting there laughing my butt off, going, ah, "You're a veteran and you don't know how our country was founded? Holy crap. Dude, I'm pretty sure 5-year-olds figure this out. Seriously, I know I have a little sister. At 5, she understood. I made it very clear. And she was sharp as a tack. Seriously, she was definitely a pain sometimes, but I love her. But even she understood at 5. Mind she isn't 5 now, but the point was when she was young, she understood the concept of how our country was founded. I made it very clear. Not apparently to this guy, he automatically thought that it was all white people doing this and that and this and there. I'm laughing my butt off. I'm like, it's not 100% wrong, but you're not 100% right either. but I'm not getting into a history lesson, especially now because this happened years ago. But the point was, this guy was just going out, saying, "Oh, I hate the fact that," and it's like, it's like, I'm a veteran. I deserve, full on respect. And he looks over and sees these people talking in Spanish. I mean, frankly, the only reason I know they were talking in Spanish because this guy was loud as fuck and I couldn't concentrate. You see, when things are happening around me, I tend to overfocus on certain things. When there's stimulation around me, like an actual conflict, I get interested, like most people. Like most, yeah. I mean, I'm curious. Popped out one of my earbuds. Not exactly these, but the point was, I basically went, and of course the other one was I was still listening to my music, but because of the stimulation, I had to pause my music because I had to listen to this. So the guy starts going at these people, right? And these people were just minding their own business, just having a conversation. I don't remember what the conversation was about. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't even pay attention because that was none of my business. Um, but anyway, sorry, he starts going off on these people like they were minding like and the worst part was there was a little kid next to them, and the little kid looked no more than 3 or 4. At the very maximum, the kid was 5, and it was a little girl. And well, this guy was just cussing up a storm, basically telling these people that they should go back to where they come from. And yes, that he said that. He said they should go back to where they come from and all that crap. And I'm laughing at the fact that really you're outnumbered, dude. There's one other white guy, like 4 other Mexicans aside from me. And yes, I'm fully Mexican and I'm proud of it. And it just made me laugh my ass off. This guy was really, really trying to go that far, and no, the only part that was any remotely interesting is coming up, folks. I promise. Anyway, so I'm sitting there listening to this, and the guy just gets really frustrated because these guys, these people were being champs. They were ignoring this guy. They were basically giving him no quarter. They understood wholeheartedly what this guy was talking about because it told me that they were bilingual. Because trust me, living around it, I see the signs. They comprehended, at least to the point where this guy was completely being a complete and utter racist. And yes, guys, I call that racist when you tell someone to go back to where they came from. Guys, I want you to how I wanted to tell him to go back where he came from, and that's Europe, for all I know, or at least Tennessee. Like seriously, dude. Don't pull that crap. Any of you guys out there, don't do that crap. And no, that's not the end of the story. Anyway, so the guy comes up to me, and he starts giving me crap. Like, it's like, do you believe this? Do you believe this? These ding illegals. And I'm sitting there going, I look at him, I'm like sitting there going, this guy has a lot of cojones talking to me about this shit. Like, I don't care about where you came from, what you did, whatever. I don't give a damn. I don't give 2 craps. Like, whatever. You're here in the United States. You have every right to express your culture, your beliefs, as long as it doesn't infringe on others. I don't care. I don't give 2 shits, because like I said, I've said in other videos, but I love culture in general. Like, it doesn't matter if it's my own or others. It's so much fun to listen to learn about their cultures, because it brings us all together, to be honest. It really does. That's why I loved the spirit of the initial USA. Yes, I'm going to say it initially. The USA was very forthcoming. I'm not going to go into any rants with that. That's a whole different video. No, I'm not going to do it. If people ask me, then I might, but let's not go into it. Anyway, so this guy starts going in on it and starts, cussing these people out. I'm sitting there laughing. I'm laughing my ass off, and then he does this. he apparently activated my trap card. I didn't know people were so stupid that they didn't realize. Because seriously, guys, if you look at me, people think that, I mean, I guess you could say that I'm somewhat white. I look a little tan. I mean, so I guess I can understand why. But this guy was, I didn't know anybody was this stupid. And then God, and then the gods and fate basically said, "Hold my beer." I swear that's what they did. Because this guy came sometime and says, like, what do you think about these dang illegals? And I'm laughing my tail off fully. I'm thinking to myself, oh boy. Again, activated my trap card. I said, I did this, and believe me, I didn't even expect I was doing this, but once I was going on with it, I was like, you know what? I'm going full blast. And when I say blast, I mean, I gave him a full Kamehameha with this shit. And I'm like, I looked at him straight in the eye, and I kind of basically started yelling at him in Spanish, and this guy was horrified. He turned whiter than I thought he was possible. I was laughing my ass off. In my brain, of course. Of course, when I got off the bus, I was dying. I was fucking dying. Someone actually said, "Are you okay?" So basically, I said this. I'm gonna say it in Spanish, and I'm gonna translate it. I basically said this. I looked at him and I said, "Quítate, cabrón, quítate, pinche racista." And if you guys know Spanish in general, this would make you laugh your ass off, especially not what I said, but the situation. You guys would be dying. Seriously, I was dying. Hell, the guys behind me were dying. They were dying because they didn't expect, me to say something in Spanish, because, obviously people were not really racially profiling me. They just didn't expect it because, a lot of people don't really expect me to say something in Spanish. It's fine. I understand. As long as you're not racist about it. And this guy was because he was horrified. Like, everybody was just shocked, but they went with it, And that's what I like, is like the shock and not the horrification. It's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You betrayed us. Like, no, dude, seriously, dude. I didn't betray nobody. I was never on your side in the first place. So this guy starts yelling and basically saying that, it's like, "Oh, you one of them, you a dang illegal again." And so I'm sitting there, I say this in English, fully English. So basically, I did the whole bilingual thing. I looked at him and I said, "Dude, I'm not an immigrant, first of all, and my family was an immigrant. I was born here in the United States, so don't even pull that crap. And even if I was, you racist prick think that you have the right to say anything just because you served a few tour or two in a war. Dude, that does not give you rights to tell anybody anything." And I've met many, soldiers that deserve the rank, deserve their accommodations or whatever. I've met many police officers that have gone through tours, and they don't act the way you do. Apparently, this guy didn't like the fact that I was calling him out, so he basically started berating me. I said, "Dude, I don't listen to immigrant hating jackasses like you, because you have no right to say anything about that. This country was made by immigrants, for immigrants, and by everyone, basically. We made this country to accommodate freedom. And you, as a bigot jackass, are trying to take that away from us." And I'm saying this to every one of you bigots out there that are watching me right now. We, as a society, don't need you. I'm being honest. I don't like people that treat others just because of whatever perceived wrongdoings that you think that their specific race did. Guess what? Yeah, some people of that specific race did something, but that doesn't mean the whole race did it. That, my friend, is and I use the word very loosely. I'm sorry I even said that word, because you are not my friend. You, you good for nothing piece of filth. If you're out there watching this, I want you go to the deepest parts of hell, because I hate people like you. And I really want to say that. I hate people that judge people just by what um so basically I don't like people that judge people by whatever stupidities, um like race, orientation, the alphabet thing, the LGBTQ. I don't give a fuck about that crap. If you're a good person, I don't care. I don't give two shits. It's the person that matters, and it's not the orientation, it's not the sex, it's not the um religion. I don't care, as long as you respect me, as that we are different and we celebrate each other's differences. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Hell, you could talk to me about it. I'm cool with listening to it, as long as you don't try to shove it down my throat, thinking that I'm wrong just because I'm not one of you. No, that's something I don't want. But if you're going to come on and basically try to say, hey, I'm this, and I don't mind expressing my love for this, and try to, basically include me. Like, for instance, I'm not going to get involved with religion or anything, because I'm not religious at all. Um, but I love talking to people about whatever. I don't care. We could talk about it. I'm just gonna tell you I'm not gonna convert or anything. Just respect that part. But I don't mind talking about it. I have ideas on it. We can be friends. We can still be friends, even though I'm not your religion or race or whatever. We can still talk. Still hang out. Have a coffee somewhere, we talk. I don't have issues with people in general, as long as they don't have issues with me. See, that is the difference between acceptance and hatred. Hatred, obviously, is everybody going, "Oh, I can't believe this guy is not, Protestant or Catholic, or he's not, he's gay." Literally, that's to me, that's what you sound like. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I apologize, guys. Point is, I'm not really actually done with the story. I'm sorry. Ending the story, basically, the guy basically was giving me. I'm gonna call him Mr. Texan, Mr. Texan, because I swear he had the worst Texan accent I've ever heard, and believe me, I've heard them. Um, so Mr. Texan, he basically starts berating me again. He just basically says, and everybody around me is like open mouth shocked that this guy had enough audacity in his freaking cojones, that he had the right to basically said that to anybody. And he's still giving me the whole, you have to go back to where you come from. This country's better off without you. And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off, going, ha ha ha, yeah, no, that's not true. Because, well, for one thing, we were here before you. Seriously, we were. Yeah, I have Mexican blood, and yes, a lot of people saying, well, a lot of the Mexican culture came from Spain, which is on the other side of yes, you're right, technically, but you do realize one thing: who do they breed with on this side to make the Mexicans? Yes, you're right. The Aztecs and the Incas, and probably 30 more different other tribes. The point was, I have that blood in me. So technically, my culture was here before his. And no, I'm not trying to say I'm freaking Indian. No, I'm not gonna say that. But I just said it because Incas were Indians, just you know, float further south. When people think Indians, they automatically think the North American Indians. You do realize, guys, there are other tribes besides the ones in Mexico, and I mean besides the ones in America, besides the Apache, all the go so further south, they're considered Indians too, jackasses. Anyway, so the guy just starts berating me again, and he's going on it, and fair enough, fair enough. The the bus driver, which by the way, again, I'm only mentioning the fact that he is I'm only mentioning the race here, is because it's very relevant, and you're gonna know why. It's gonna give you one of those justice boners. Um, she and the bus driver was a woman. She was really sweet. She was in oh, but she apparently had enough. She was African American, and I'm mentioning that again for that reason, is because the guy apparently worked on her last nerve. Hell, worked on everybody's last fucking nerve. I could tell one of the there was a gentleman, Mexican gentleman, at least 3 times the size as fucker, wanted to get up off his seat and put this veterans training to a test. Something tells me the Mexican dude was gonna win, although he never got a chance because he basically the bus driver stopped. Mind you, it wasn't even a stop. It wasn't even remotely a stop. It stopped in the middle of like between the two upcoming stops, like in the middle of the. He basically the bus driver looks at the racist, gets out of her chair and says, get out now. I'm done with your crap. I'm gonna call ahead and tell them not to fucking pick you up, because we're done with your crap. Seriously, mic drop. Like this, I wanted to hug her if it wasn't inappropriate. Excuse me, guys. If I hear Gesundheit, thank you. Anyway, so long story short, went into it. They basically got into a little argument, and the only reason that he got off the bus was because he was being threatened 3 different ways, not only in Spanish, but he was also threatened by 2 other people, basically saying if you don't get off the damn bus, we will throw you off the bus and send the police after you if you even try to get near the bus again. This guy apparently had enough brains in his skull to finally say, "Fine, I don't want to get in this bus with all you." He starts spouting all kinds of stuff. He called me a spick. If you don't understand, that's a derogatory term. That's basically giving the N word to Mexicans. And yes, guys, I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get demonetized. But the point was, and yes, I said the word for Mexicans, and I apologize. But that's what he said. That's what he called me. And if you guys don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's literally what happened. And the guy got thrown off. Everybody was just laughing at the fact that I basically gave him a reaming. I basically told everybody, it's like, I didn't really mean to give him a reaming, but I was just sick and tired of his crap. So, yeah, basically, takeaway to this, just live your life, guys. Don't get hung up on stupid details like race or crap like that, because it doesn't really matter. The only reason I even brought it up, as I said before, was because it was relevant to the story and to the experience, because like you had to understand how bad this was and how funny the situation was getting, because this guy, he knew he was being outnumbered, and yet he thought he was in the right, which he wasn't in any way, shape, or form. He knew he was going to get outnumbered, and yet he still thought he was untouchable. Believe me, folks, if you continued, you would have been not only penetrated. And no, guys, not what you would think. I mean, someone would have knocked his ass out. And this gentleman, and I'm using air quotes here, gentleman, he wasn't. This guy was at least in his 60s. And yes, I understand that it's bad to say that, but frankly, it's relevant because the whole concept, it's that specific generation. Um, Either through his own willing ignorance, which I'm not all that surprised because back then that kind of ignorance was spread much better than any margarine or butter on any toast. Seriously, it was spread that bad. Now it's still there, but like since COVID, it got worse. And yes, folks, you all know this. I'm pretty sure there's many people as have brought it up, saying, "Oh damn, holy crap, he said it." Yeah, guys, the whole racism thing didn't even start being relevant in most places. I'm not gonna say, but we've all been noticing it a lot more since COVID. Probably maybe a year before, people were like to the point where they're sitting there, boiling, and all of a sudden COVID hit, and all of a sudden the top of that boiler went, and you see this giant like maelstrom of racism, hatred, insanity, stupidity. Like seriously, some jackass found the mythical box of all of humanity's evils and opened it all over again. Seriously. Yeah, Pandora's box. Somebody opened the goddamn Pandora's box again when somebody finally put everything back in the box. But no, some guy goes, gold box, gotta open it. I gotta see what's going on in there. Monsters all over the place. I'm sitting there dying on the floor going, good God, I took 600 years trying to figure that shit out. Not really, but you get where I'm going with this, guys. Seriously, this is literally what just happened. And this happened pretty much a year after COVID. Seriously, guys, I'm just putting a PSA. Live your life without any hesitation. Love anyone around you. If you don't love them, tolerate them. It's fine. Just don't try to put out the whole hatred thing because it does not benefit you. In fact, it makes you look like a complete and utter prick. Or a Karen or a Kevin, depending on your point of view. The point is, just be good out there, guys. Just be good. Because life's too short to be this not only entitled, but this ignorant. All ignorance does is bring you down and the rest of us with you. Do us all a favor. Knock that crap off. Be good. And like my messages always says, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. And if you can't be careful, well, those consequences are yours. Seriously. They really are. And please have enough sense to realize the consequences is yours and don't blame everybody else. Because let's face it, even you know you're wrong. Don't have enough brains and common sense to realize you're wrong. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video, and I thought it was going to be a little shorter, but anyway, thank you for everything. And as I said before, be good, guys. Be good and be careful. And if you can't be careful, like I said, consequences are yours. Not your mother's, not your father's, not your little sister's, not your uncles, not your aunties, not your cousins, not the guy down the street. Nobody but yours. You put yourself in this situation. You get yourself out. That's all I'm saying. Don't blame anybody else but you. You're the one who put yourself in this situation. Out of either stupidity, ignorance, or willful ignorance, thinking that you're invincible. Ladies and gentlemen, not even Superman is invincible. And you, ladies and gentlemen, are not Supermen or women. And I'm talking to everyone. Have accountability. And I'm talking about you guys in Congress too. Have accountability. Common sense accountability. That will make the world a lot better. That way we all know that we can trust you. Anyway, take care, guys. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Candor out.